You're in the basement of the World Trade Center. It is a place of witness. Most museums house artifacts, and we are a museum that sits within an artifact. Placing the museum at the foundation of the site, that was a great challenge, but it was also a terrific opportunity. You're seeing the authentic remnants of the World Trade Center.
You gradually descend a total of nearly 70 feet till you reach the bedrock level, which is the site of the original tower footprints.
The emotion, the scale of the event, and the memory of what was are visceral when you look at the torn, reinforcing steel that's visible in these areas.
The slurry wall, the retaining wall that was built in the 60s, was created to keep the water of the Hudson River out.
It was initially 6 floors of garage.
The lateral force of the underground parking garage levels held the slurry wall in place. When the collapses happened and you had this mound of debris, what was holding the slurry wall steady was the debris.
As the debris was removed, there had to be a methodology for reinforcing the slurry wall so it wouldn't collapse.
That was probably one of our biggest issues. As we removed the lift of debris, we anchored the slurry wall, we stabilized the slurry wall.
And it did not fail, and it did not create an enormous flood. And people grew to see that as a metaphor of survival. This is a model of the ramp, which is really your primary point of entry to the museum.
The ramp is truly symbolic. When the World Trade Center was first constructed in the 1960s and early 70s, there was a construction ramp. After 9/11, a ramp was put in to haul the debris out.
The most stirring memory I have was the procession that accompanied the removal of bodies and the ceremonies on the 9/11 anniversaries.
The exterior of the towers had a kind of Gothic arch motif that was created by structural columns, tridents that branched into a fork with 3 prongs. When the towers fell, there were pieces of the exterior facade of both towers that remained standing at precarious angles. We wanted something visible at the plaza level that would signal this is a museum. And so they would, in effect, become the vertical spine of the museum. And it's a great message. It really is about standing tall.
100 years from now, nobody alive will have witnessed 9/11. But this is a museum that is going to live for many, many, many generations.
It is really about changing the charge of this place from negative to positive. We're not going to stop terrorism. All we have control over is how we respond. And that's what this museum is about. The best of humanity in the worst moments imaginable. We tell those stories.